We are honored to have with us the mayor of San Antonio, Julián Castro. Throughout his tenure, Mayor Castro has focused on attracting well-paying jobs in 21st century industries, positioning San Antonio to be a leader in the new energy economy, and raising educational attainment across the spectrum. Under his leadership, the city established Cafe College, a one-stop center offering high-quality guidance on college admissions, financial aid, and standardized test preparation to any student in the San Antonio area. Since opening in 2010, Cafe College has served more than 25,000 area students. Mayor Castro earned his undergraduate degree from Stanford University with honors and distinction in 1996 and a Juris Doctorate from Harvard Law School in 2000. Please help me welcome Mayor Castro.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Well, Carol, I want to begin by thanking you for that introduction and most importantly for bringing so many great folks to San Antonio. Bienvenidos a San Antonio. Welcome to San Antonio. I also want to thank Richard and the entire staff and want to recognize a couple of our fellow San Antonians from the Alamo Colleges, Chancellor Bruce Leslie, who is here, I know, as well as some of the other Alamo Colleges folks. Raise your hand if you're in the house. Thank you for being here. I want to begin as well with an apology. This is not San Antonio style weather, but all of us are from Texas, so you know that this could change like that. Tomorrow morning it might be 70 degrees, and let's hope that it is. It's my pleasure to join y'all this evening for several reasons, but first and foremost, because of the importance of the work that you do. I'm the son of a father who taught for 31 years, mostly high school, and the husband of a wife who has been teaching for the last 12 years in elementary school, and someone who once tried his hand at teaching. In between college and law school, I came back home, and on the day that I turned 22 years old, the principal at my old high school asked me to be a permanent sub. You know, one of those substitute teachers that has neither the opportunity to run out of the classroom after just one day, nor the training or expertise to actually teach. A permanent sub. So I was 22 years old, and I looked like I belonged in the classroom myself. I was surprised I didn't get asked for a hall pass. And on the third day that I was teaching, I turned around to write something on the blackboard. We still wrote on blackboards in 1996. And some kid threw a paper ball at me. It hit me in the back of the head. And I honestly didn't know whether to turn around and try and figure out who had done that and get after him, or pretend like it never happened and save my dignity and keep going, which is, I think, what I tried to do. But it truly taught me that at any level, teaching is truly a craft. It's something that requires a tremendous amount of knowledge, but also of patience and determination and stamina. Every afternoon, I felt like I had to take a nap at 4 o'clock. I bet you guys have felt that yourselves. And so, first and foremost, I want to thank you for dedicating your careers, your livelihood, to imparting knowledge to our young people. And in your line of work at community college, really people of all ages. There has never been a time throughout human history when knowledge was more important than it is today. I'm convinced that our world is changing at a faster rate than it ever has in human history. And you can see that everywhere. I have a 4-year-old daughter, Karina, and I'm amazed to watch her move the screen on the iPad a lot better than Erica and I can. The other day, we had to stop her. She was going to buy a game app for $69.99, but we caught her. We are also, for the first time in this nation's history, facing competition on a global scale from nations who are creating opportunities and also imparting the knowledge on generations of young people with the ambition, the intelligence, the talent to manipulate the technologies that will define quality of life and economic success in this 21st century. And so the work that you do to ensure that brain power, which is the new currency of success in the 21st century global economy, is cultivated throughout the state of Texas and the United States, the importance of that work simply cannot be understated. Here in San Antonio, 4 years ago, the residents of our city came together to forge a vision about the next decade in our city. We came together on Saturday, September 25th, 2010, to dream about what San Antonio could be on Friday, September 25th, 2020. And of all of the issues that were touched on, and there were 11 different issues, from economic development to downtown revitalization to health and fitness to environmental stewardship, there was one issue that got more passion and more support for doing something about it than any other, and that was the issue of education. The vision that more than 5,000 residents forged for education was that San Antonio would engineer the greatest turnaround in educational achievement that any big city has seen in a decade. And since that time, we've gotten to work. In November of 2012, the voters of San Antonio did something that they had never done before. They decided to boost the sales tax by 1/8 of a cent. That is, they decided to actually tax themselves more to pay for a significant expansion of high-quality, full-day pre-K so that San Antonio has the best prepared, most well-educated 4-year-olds throughout the state of Texas. We also have worked with organizations like Big Brothers Big Sisters to enhance mentoring in our community, to try and especially bridge that time in the middle school years that are kind of this no man's land between the days when a young person is that bright-eyed, bushy-tailed boy or girl as an elementary school student that raises their hand when you ask them what they want to be and tells you they want to be an astronaut or they want to be a teacher or a lawyer, and the 9th grader who looks at you dimly and doesn't want to look at you, doesn't want to raise their hand, and oftentimes is making a decision about staying in school or dropping out. And we also, as was mentioned, implemented something called Cafe College, a one-stop center where anybody, whether they're in public school or private school or they're homeschooled, no matter how much money their family makes or doesn't make, can get one-on-one expert advice on admissions and financial aid so that they can better learn how to get into college and how to afford it. And we did that because we found that the ratio of students to counselors in our high schools was 420 students to one counselor. And very significantly, we have been led in many efforts as well by our Alamo community colleges. Our community colleges has led an effort to connect the needs of our employers with the skills of our workforce, ensuring that people of all ages have the opportunity to go back to college and get the skills they need. They forge great relationships with companies like Toyota and Boeing and Rackspace to produce the human capital that drives our local economy. And for the many, many thousands and thousands of young people graduating from our high schools, our Alamo community colleges are the prime spot for higher education in San Antonio, and one that we are very proud of. I am particularly pleased to see the focus of the organization on college completion. I think all of us know that it's not enough to just get into college. It's also important that our young people, that our college students finish college, that they actually get that degree, that credential, that knowledge, so that they can go on and pursue their career or pursue more higher education. It's important for all of us to continue to work hard to support their efforts, to innovate, to exchange ideas, to understand what the latest and greatest thinking is across the state, the nation, and the world. If we can do that, I know that in this state, we can continue to ensure that Texas thrives, that it prospers, that it truly is a shining star in the 21st century global economy. We can show that you can be pro-business and also pro-education in this state. And so, I hope that y'all have a wonderful time over these next couple of days. I hope that it warms up. But even if it doesn't, y'all are on the Riverwalk. Please have some margaritas, have a good time. Remember that there are no rails on the Riverwalk, so be careful. Y bienvenidos a San Antonio. We're glad to have you here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Castro. We are honored to have you here with us tonight.